Vanessa Bryant has said that the only thing worse than losing her husband and daughter that day is knowing that sheriff's deputies and firefighters took and shared graphic close-up photos of their remains. The scandal.
Bronny James collapsed here at the Galen Center during basketball practice Monday morning. His medical emergency has not only shaken his family, it's underscored a risk facing young athletes.
Welcome to Music Academy. I'm Kobe Bryant.
And I'm Little Mamba.
And we are here to tell you all about the word News Cage.
News Cage.
Legend here. So many other families have been shattered by this tragedy. The NTSB spent the day going through debris there, which will not, as it turns out, include any black boxes.
Welcome to the sacrificed.
I always think that there's two types of players, players who love to win and players who hate to lose. Which one are you?
I'm neither.
Meaning?
Meaning that, you know, I play to figure things out. I play to learn something, right? Because I think if you play with a fear of failure, or you play with the will to win, or that supersedes the fear of failure, I think it's a weakness either way, right? Because if you play with the fear of failing, you'll have the pressure on yourself to play, you know, to capitulate to that fear. If you play with the sense of I want to win, then you have the fear of what happens if you don't. But if you find common ground in the middle, in the center, then it doesn't matter. You're unfazed by either, right? And that enables you to really just stay in the moment, stay connected to it, and not feel anything other than what's in front of you. So, you know, I try to just be dead center.
In order to understand the foreground as to why Los Angeles has never gotten over Kobe Bryant, we have to first examine the background of Kobe Bryant, beginning with a really unknown secret society to a lot of Americans called the Boule Secret Society. Now, to your listeners, the Boule Secret Society is a Black Skulls and Bones organization that started on May 15th, 1904 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
1904?
1904, with Rockefeller money.
Of course.
Through John D. Rockefeller. And it was John D. Rockefeller who created the term the talented 10th, that 1 out of 10 African-American men and women would be chosen by the system in order to represent not the masses of Black people or the Black diaspora, but to represent the system that has put them into enslavement to this very day. And so the Boule Secret Society actually goes back nearly 5,000 years during Greek antiquity, even going up to the time of Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. So the term Boule is a Greek Hellenistic term, meaning they are the advisors to the king. They protect the crab barrel system. They're not the masters of the crab barrel, but they are the Boules, the foremans of the crab barrel. So the term Boule simply means they are the guardians, the gatekeepers of the Greek parliament. Again, this is going back nearly 5,000 years. And so the Greek Hellenistic society and later the Roman Empire had chosen unique men and women out of a nation that we call Africa today.
Vanessa Bryant has said that the only thing worse than losing her husband and daughter that day is knowing that sheriff's deputies and firefighters took and shared graphic close-up photos of their remains. The scandal may have never come to light if not for one whistleblower. That man, Ralph Mendez, spoke to us for this Eyewitness News investigation. It's Taco Tuesday at the Baja California Bar and Grill in Norwalk, 2 days after the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others.
A source confirming to ESPN that NBA legend Kobe Bryant has died in a helicopter crash in Southern California.
Talk at the bar turns to the crash. LA County Sheriff's Deputy Joey Cruz, seen here in the white t-shirt, takes out his phone. On the phone, graphic photos of Kobe Bryant's remains from the crash site. After Deputy Cruz leaves, the bartender tells a group of regulars sitting in this booth that Deputy Cruz has just shown him the gruesome photos. Ralph Mendez, there that night with buddies from his softball league, describes what he heard from the bartender.
He has pictures. He showed me pictures. Pictures of what? Pictures of all the dead bodies. And then he began describing what he saw. They were all burnt, and he got very graphic with it.
Mendez says the bartender told him that Deputy Cruz laughed and found the photos amusing. Mendez hoped none of it was true.
It just sounded bad. It just sounded wrong on different levels. Whether it's illegal or not, whether it's against, his sheriff's department's policy, I don't know, but it just sounded bad. Like, say something bad.
Mendez did say something, submitting this complaint that night with the LA County Sheriff's Department.
And I thought to myself, if I don't say anything and it is true, I don't think I'll ever be able to live with myself.
Mendez says he thought that night of his own pregnant fiancée, then expecting their first child together, a girl. The soon-to-be dad saw a role model in Kobe, a father of 4 girls.
He loved his girls. You could see it in his face. His girls loved him, and he's a girl dad, just like I am now.
There were 3 daughters on board the helicopter that day: Gianna Bryant, Alyssa Altobelli, and Peyton Chester, all on their way to a girls' basketball tournament. When news first surfaced that deputies and LA County firefighters shared grim images from the crash scene, Sheriff Villanueva had this to say.
It's wildly inappropriate, it's disgusting, and it harms people that suffered a tragedy already. On top of that, to think that it could be expanded beyond that by having a public display of their loved ones' remains. So we're trying to put an end to this.
Vanessa Bryant and the other families who lost loved ones that day filed lawsuits over the sharing of the photos.
I want to be better, I want to be the best. No days off, no time to rest. Come to Kansas City to fulfill your quest. Kansas City where you better your best. Kansas City where you better your best.
Welcome to Muse Academy. I'm Kobe Bryant.
And I'm Little Mamba.
And we are here to tell you all about the word Muse Cage.
Muse cage. What's a muse cage?
A muse cage is a room decorated with any and everything that inspires you. When you're in your muse cage, you are surrounded by musings that keep you focused and motivated.
Oh, that's amazing. Can a muse cage muse me to be a beast for my basketball game today?
Of course.
Can a muse cage muse me to be a beast like James Harden?
Sure can.
Can a muse cage muse me to be a beast like Russell Westbrook?
Absolutely.
Can a muse cage muse me?
A muse cage can be whatever it is you want it to be, if you build it the right way.
Oh. I'm ready.
You don't need construction tools to build a muse cage.
Oh, then what do I use to build my muse cage?
Your curiosity.
Oh, I don't get it.
Use your curiosity to search all over the world for musings that you can use to decorate your muse cage.
Oh.
The more musings you find, the more powerful your muse cage becomes.
Oh.
Every muse cage is powered by 2 forces. Light musings.
You're nice. Oh, thank you. You're great. Oh, so nice of you.
And dark musings.
Worthless.
You're
You're a failure. Make it stop.
Yeah. Light musings make you feel good and happy.
Yeah.
Dark musings make you feel bad and angry.
Oh, I don't like dark musings.
Most people don't. But what they don't understand is that dark musings just may be our greatest source of energy and power.
Oh.
Is that dark musings just may be our greatest source of energy and power.
Oh.
We continue to see tributes across the country, including here in the tri-state.
Some of New York City's most prominent landmarks lit up in honor of the legend. Chopper 2 here over the Empire State Building, illuminated in purple and gold.
Both the NASDAQ building and the Marriott marquee in Times Square displayed photos and Bryant's number 24.
And in another touching gesture, the Bryant Park subway stop was temporarily renamed.
We'll have more on the tributes nationwide, but we begin here with Jessica Layton with the latest on the investigation. Jessica.
Maurice and Christine, we are not only talking about the loss of that legend here. So many other families have been shattered by this tragedy. The NTSB spent the day going through debris there, which will not, as it turns out, include any black boxes.
Going through debris there, which will not, as it turns out, include any black box. Going through debris there, which will not, as it turns out, include any black box.
Investigators are working alongside the coroner's office, which has remains now from 9 bodies to recover. Investigators trekked up this steep hillside in Southern California to collect clues into what caused Sunday's deadly helicopter crash.
It was a pretty devastating accident scene.
Jennifer Homendy with the NTSB says the wreckage covers well over 500 feet on the rugged terrain.
A piece of the tail is down the hill. The fuselage is over on the other side of that hill. And then the main rotor is about 100 yards beyond that.
The helicopter took off at 9:06 a.m. Those on board heading to a youth basketball game at Kobe Bryant's Mamba Sports Academy in Thousand Oaks. The legendary basketball star traveled often in his private luxury chopper, explaining in a December 2018 interview it allowed him to spend more time with his family.
I wound up missing like a school play because I was sitting in traffic and this thing just kept mounting.
But on Sunday, his group that included 13-year-old daughter Gianna hit fog thick enough to ground police helicopters. Bryant's pilot, Ara Sabayan, had 13 years of commercial flying experience. He was trained to fly in low visibility, and after circling for 12 minutes over Glendale, he got the okay to continue under special visual flight rules. There was no distress call, but air traffic control warned they might not be able to follow him on radar.
2 Echo X-ray, you're still too low level for flight following at this time.
The pilot advised they were climbing to avoid a cloud layer. When ATC asked what the pilot planned to do, there was no reply.
There's husbands that lost their wives, wives lost their husbands, parents lost their children, and vice versa.
Longtime Orange Coast College baseball coach John Altabelli was on the flight with his wife Carrie and their daughter Alyssa, one of Gianna's teammates. Sarah Chester and her daughter Peyton were also on board. The Chester family saying in a statement, "Sarah and Peyton were the lights of our family." Also killed in the crash, a woman who helped coach at Bryant's basketball academy, Christina Mauser. In a Facebook post, her husband Matt wrote, "My kids and I are devastated."
guys obviously talked about the 81 points in the first half on Saturday. In your own life over the last week, have there been other kind of like eerie reminders of Kobe that you've seen?
In my life?
No, just this week of seeing 8s and 24s or.
I mean, it's a daily reminder. Listen, you literally can't open your phone without getting a daily reminder about it, and rightfully so. I think it's very well warranted, and obviously, we all talked about it after the game, the fact that we scored 81 points in the first 24 minutes, how eerie that was, and then we talked about how both teams combined points was 224 points, right, or 242. Or 242 is like the 2 and the 224. It is like it's some weird stuff going on. So that's just pretty cool. It's just a daily reminder. I got two more, Doc. 2 more guys. 80 on me. So.
For the first time, the 911 calls in the moments after LeBron James' son, Bronny James, a basketball star himself, collapsed and went into cardiac arrest. You can hear in the call just how concerned they were for LeBron James' son. Matt Gupman in Los Angeles tonight.
Tonight, that urgent 911 call, moments after Bronny James suffered a sudden cardiac arrest during a basketball practice at USC.
So listen to me, okay, your ambulance here now. Okay, all right, sir. All right, sir, I'm going to send help there.
The LA Fire Department releasing redacted audio of the emergency call, which came in just before 9:30 a.m. local time on Monday.
Don't hang up, sir. Don't hang up. Okay, let's get next to him, please. Okay, how old is he?
The caller indicating no doctor was present when the 18-year-old James, set to begin his college career this fall, collapsed.
Is there a doctor on scene with them or a registered nurse? No, there's no doctor on scene. Help is already on the way, okay? Fire department, paramedics already on the way, okay? Yeah, okay.
In a statement, Cedars-Sinai Hospital crediting James' successful treatment with the swift and effective response by USC Athletics medical staff, adding that James arrived at the hospital neurologically intact and stable.
David, doctors say it's too early for a prognosis on Bronny's recovery, but it is worth noting that multiple athletes have come back from cardiac arrest to play at an elite level, most notably Damar Hamlin of
Sharon, Micah, Bronny James collapsed here at the Galen Center during basketball practice Monday morning. His medical emergency has not only shaken his family, it's underscored a risk facing young athletes.
Bronny James.
Video of LeBron James Jr., known as Bronny, playing high school basketball last year shows a strong and agile athlete in what appears to be excellent health. Much like his proud father, cheering courtside, NBA legend LeBron James. But Monday morning, while practicing at USC, the 18-year-old incoming freshman suddenly collapsed on the court. A family spokesperson saying, while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in ICU.
Cardiac arrest means that your heart had an electrical short circuit.
Cardiologist Shapal Doshi did not treat James, but explains that sudden cardiac arrest is different from a heart attack.
So it's not that you necessarily had a blockage or something like that. It just means, your heart is very electrical. It takes electricity for the heart to beat. And if you get the wrong type of short circuit, your heart can stop pumping and people can die.
While such incidents are rare, a study by the American Heart Association found cardiac arrest to be the leading cause of death among young athletes. And African-American basketball players are those at the highest risk. USC students reacting to the news.
I hope he has a great recovery, a speedy recovery, so he can hop back into it. I hope he get well. He gonna, I hope we get to the NBA, all that.
James is not the first young athlete to suffer a sudden cardiac emergency at USC. Last July, freshman Vince Iwuchukwu suffered cardiac arrest during practice. USC trainers revived him using an automated external defibrillator, or AED. A similar scene played out on live television when Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest during a football game back in January. Both athletes have since returned to the game. As for young James, doctors say it's too soon to know what his future as an athlete will look like. All that matters most is getting better.
The most common reason young people and athletic people like this will go cardiac arrest is a genetic abnormality where their heart is too thick. It's called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. The other thing that can happen is sometimes you're born with genetically different arteries in your heart that go through a different path, and those patients are at risk for having cardiac arrest.
It's not existent. What the hell does that mean? Seriously, what does failure mean? It's not, it doesn't exist. It's a figment of your imagination. What does it mean?
You're pulling a Jedi mind trick on me right now. I was like, does it exist?
No, I'm serious. Look, I'm trying to think, like, how can I explain it? So, let's use happy endings, right? And then we can relate this to failure and why it's not existent. Like, you know, everybody talks about, like, everybody wants a happy ending. Right? Now let's go to the reality of it, right? Let's look at a fairy tale story. Let's look at Snow White. Mm-hmm. She gets a happy ending, she finds Prince, whatever, she goes on, she lives happily ever after. Well, I call bullshit on that because 2 months later, the fact is they had an argument and he's sleeping on the couch. Right? So the point is, the story continues. The story continues. So if you fail on Monday, the only way it's a failure on Monday is if you decide to not progress from that. Right? So to me, that's why failure is not existent. Because, you know, if I fail today, okay, I'm going to learn something from that failure, and I'm going to try again on Tuesday. And I fail, and I'm going to try again on Wednesday. So it doesn't exist.
You know what? Should my ratings go in the tank? That's exactly what I'm going to say to the bosses. Hey, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, but you know what?
We should try it again on Thursday.
If your ratings go in the tank, and you know, which they won't, but if they did, you had learned a valuable lesson. You had learned a bunch of ways of how not to make a show that sucks. So then the next one will be better than the last one, right?
So are you telling me then, let's just say all the career statistics that you've compiled, they all still exist, you still play for the Lakers, still, and all of that still happens. If you finished your career without a championship, you would not have looked at that as a failure?
No, I would have looked at it as being extremely disappointed because I had a dream and I had goals that I wanted to accomplish, right? And if I don't accomplish those goals, I have to ask myself why, right? So from my position, the reason why I would not have accomplished those things is poor leadership, failure to communicate properly with my teammates to put them in positions to be successful, lack of preparation. You know, all those things would be reasons why I don't win, right? So now, if that was the case, in my career, I have to sit and I have to analyze that. And then as I move and I evolve, you know, post-basketball into business or whatever, those same weaknesses are going to reveal themselves there, right? So if I don't learn from that, I'm going to struggle here too, right? So I can take those situations and learn from those and have them, you know, make me a better person later in life. But if I don't take that stuff and apply that someplace else, then that's failing, which to me is the worst possible thing you could ever have is to stop and to not learn.
The serpent.
A mom is a serpent. And so, and why would Kobe call himself the Black Mamba? You see, he didn't have the Holy Spirit like you and I have. And see, people say, oh, he was Catholic. I tell people, stop. He was not saved. He didn't have the Holy Spirit. He did not have the gift of discernment like you and I have. So Kobe Bryant was a lover of Persian military history. Now, going back thousands of years within the Persian antiquity of war, many of the soldiers would replicate a certain animal that they would cut open, place its blood on its chest, on its chest piece, right, on its breastplate, and would suck the blood before going into battle. Kobe Bryant did that with his jersey.
Right.
So not just the Persian soldiers, but the soldiers during the Greek and Roman empires. They wanted to replicate a black mamba. They wanted to replicate a cobra by extracting not just the venom, but the blood to put it on their chests, the breastplates, to suck it during battle so they could replicate the mamba. Kobe did this during those games, his jersey.
Do you think that he did it consciously?
He did it consciously.
He knew about it.
He knew about it. He absolutely knew about it. And so to the average person, Brother Apollo, they don't understand this because their thinking is not on this level. And so Kobe Bryant, major lawsuits, okay, against the NSA Therapeutic Corporation, Acorn, which is now defunct, and High Tech Pharmaceuticals, okay? So Jared Wheat, who owns High Tech, is under investigation by the FBI and the SEC for insider trading. And so the Novartis AG group, okay, which created, okay, the first 12 pathogens of COVID 1 to 12, while the remaining 7 were designed by the Merck Pharmaceutical Corporation out of London, England, that's controlled by MI6. That's 19 pathogens of the corona, the crown virus. Oh, this is heavy. That's another topic for another day.
This is the face of a man with a dark muse cage. This is the face of a man with a dark muse cage. This is the face of a man with a dark muse cage. Darkness is the light in his eyes, he runs with rage. There's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can say. Hatred is the love in his heart, he plays with hate, 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 hate. Run, watch him run, watch him run, watch him run. This is the face of a man with a dark muse cage. Darkness is the light in his eyes, he runs with rage.
The photos taken just before last year's crash show the low-hanging clouds and the helicopter disappearing into the cloud bank. Pilot Ara Zabayan was not authorized to fly in clouds and radioed he was flying under visual flight rules.
Helicopter 2 Echo X-ray with you for the special VFR transition.
Zabayan thought he was climbing to get out of the clouds. Instead, he banked the chopper hard to the left, descending and crashing into the hillside. Today, the NTSB concluded Zabayan became spatially disoriented in the clouds,
where literally the pilot may not know which way is up or down, whether he or she is leaning left or right.
The NTSB says the pilot likely felt self-induced pressure to get Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 6 others to a basketball tournament. The NTSB also found Island Express Helicopters, the operator, had inadequate safety procedures and oversight. The company had no comment today. 2 weeks ago, Kobe Bryant's widow posted on Instagram, "I will never understand how and why this tragedy could have happened to such beautiful, kind, and amazing human beings." Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.
Six this morning, time now for your morning rush. A Los Angeles County jury has awarded Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa, $16 million. She sued the county after its deputies and firefighters shared graphic photos of her husband and daughter from that deadly 2020 helicopter crash. Jurors agreed those photos invaded her privacy and caused emotional distress. That verdict came down on Kobe Bryant Day, 8/24, which represents his 2 jersey numbers. It was also 1 day after his birthday.
Kobe Bryant's widow has agreed to settle a lawsuit against the pilot and owners of the helicopter that crashed last year. NBA star Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others were killed when the helicopter they were in plunged into hills while flying in fog in January of last year. Vanessa Bryant, her children, and relatives of the other victims filed the settlement notice yesterday. The terms of the deal were not disclosed.
And Kobe Bryant created a company called Granity Studios. Granity. Now, the term granity means graphene. Graphene, like graphene oxide, an element within the COVID-19 vaccination, COVID-19. So Granity or graphene, Granity Studios. So you get people, like David Geffen. You get people like Steven Spielberg wanted to contribute money for Kobe Studio. Granted, he said, no, I don't need your money.
I don't want to be controlled.
I don't want to be controlled.
And he won an Oscar.
He won an Oscar. That's it. You see? And now you got this counterfeit like LeBron James, who has that Boulay logo tattooed on his chest. LeBron James has that Boulay tattooed on his chest.
What's the tattoo?
Yeah,
what
the Boulay tattoo. If you go to Google Images and type in LeBron James chest tattoo, LeBron James chest tattoo, or that Boulay, B-O-U-L'-E, tattooed on the chest of LeBron James. Half male, half female, half lion with breasts, with his right paw on an urn. You are in that they keep the ashes of.
You're actually right.
That's it. You see, so LeBron James is a Prince Hall Mason, has that Boulay tattoo on his chest. It's amazing, I know. And so, and I'm going to say this: when LeBron retires, his number would be called 2. Okay, this is how the deep state. He thinks that he's just going to retire, and that's why he doesn't want to retire. And so that tattoo is tattooed on LeBron's chest. The former NBA player Dwayne Wade.
Correct. Oh,
the
he's
Miami
messed up.
Yeah, messed up. His son Zion is now called Zaya. Okay, this is how these black folk do, not just black people, but people within the system. To go to the next level, you have to sacrifice something. This goes back thousands of years during the time of the pharaohs. If a man wanted to have access to Pharaoh, he had to sleep with the male magician. If a woman wanted to have access to Pharaoh, she had to sleep with the female magician. If a parent wanted their child to see Pharaoh, that child had to sleep with a male or female magician. Nothing has changed.
Nick, you've gotten so tall. This is unbelievable. Wow. Nick, you've gotten so tall. This is unbelievable.